The House That Answers. Full horror narration script, YouTube voiceover style. Soft ambient hum, faint wind outside, slow heartbeat sound fades in. Narrator, calm, low voice. I never believed a house could speak. But after what happened to my friends, Molly and Ben, I'm not sure silence is safer anymore. They just moved into a small home in suburban Ohio. A quiet street, big yard, the kind of place you imagine raising kids. It was old, built sometime in the 1950s, but affordable. Too affordable. The realtor said the previous owner had moved out suddenly. That should have been the first red flag. Wind fades, distant phone ringing starts faintly. The first few nights were fine, until Molly started hearing a phone ringing somewhere inside the walls. It wasn't their cell phones. They didn't even have a landline. Molly, soft. Ben, do you hear that? Ben, yeah, probably old wiring. I'll check tomorrow. But every night the sound came again. A soft ring, 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 moving from room to room. Sometimes it sounded like it was coming from the attic. Sometimes right behind the wall they slept against. Faint static, crackle sound. One evening, Ben found a loose wooden panel near the living room. Behind it, there was an old phone jack and something wedged in the wall. He pulled it out. It was a black rotary phone, dusty but intact. Allah soon Allah, he set it down. It started ringing. Molly, startled. Ben, don't. Ben, nervous laugh. Relax, it's probably disconnected. He picked up the receiver. There was silence. Then a woman's voice, soft, whispering. Voice, whispering, don't let her in. Then the line went dead. Soft knocking sound, silence. That night at 3:07 a.m., someone knocked on their front door. 3 slow knocks. Ben checked outside. No one. But on the porch, there were wet footprints leading away from the door into the fog. When Molly woke up the next morning, she saw a handprint on the inside of their bedroom window. Faint, wet, as if someone had pressed it from outside. Phone ringing again, closer this time. The calls didn't stop. Every night, the same time, 3:07. The phone would start ringing. One night, Molly answered. Her hand trembled as she lifted the receiver. Molly, whispering, "Hello?" A woman's voice replied, the same one Ben heard before. "You shouldn't have picked up. Who is this? She's already inside." The line went dead again. And then the lights went out. Power flicker SFX, footsteps upstairs. From upstairs, slow footsteps began. One step, then another, heading toward the attic. When Ben climbed up with a flashlight, he found wet footprints leading to a small wooden box. Inside was a photograph, a young woman holding the same black phone. Behind her, a dark figure, faceless, tall, watching her from the doorway. Low, eerie drone. Library ambience. The next morning, Molly took the photo to the local library. The librarian, an older woman, froze when she saw it. "That's Claire Porter. She lived in your house. She disappeared 30 years ago." Molly asked what happened to her. "Claire called the police many times," the woman said. "She said the phone in her home kept ringing, warning her not to answer. Claire's body was never found, but her phone was. The police removed it and sold it at an estate auction. That night, the phone rang again, louder than ever. 'Ben, don't answer it.' 'I won't.' But the voice that came through wasn't a whisper this time. It was Molly's own voice. 'Ben, don't open the door.' 3 slow knocks echo. Silence. The sound came from the front door. 3 slow knocks. Ben turned to Molly. Her face was pale. She hadn't moved. She whispered, "I didn't say that." Ben walked toward the door anyway. The ringing stopped. Everything went silent. Morning birds faintly, soft static in background. When the police arrived the next morning, the door was wide open. Ben was gone. Molly was sitting in the living room, staring at the black rotary phone, off the hook, humming with faint static. An officer picked it up. He pressed it to his ear. There was a whisper, a woman's voice, very faint. "Next time, don't answer." Static fades. Silence 4 seconds. Narrator, slow, low tone. "They say the house still stands, empty, but every night at 3:07, you can hear a phone ringing inside. No one answers anymore."